Hello, welcome to How I See It, episode 10. Today I'm going to talk about rape in American culture. Consent. Consent can only be given when you're asked a question. So, a person can be offended if you do something without saying, "Can I?" and then they say, "Yes, you can." Plain and simple. It's a no-brainer. You can do this when you're drunk. Can I? Yes, you can. That's all there is to it. If the person cannot answer your question, you do not have consent. If the person is not speaking and does not do this or this, you're not getting an answer. A lot of people get this, and yet there's still a lot of people out there who would make the remark of, "Oh, with what she was wearing, she was asking for it." Oh, because a good-looking woman decides that she looks good in a short skirt and a cute little top, she's decided she feels good about herself and she's going to wear that. That gives people the right to grope her, to touch her, to rape her. No, that is not consent. And frankly, I am ashamed of people who think it's okay, that she's asking for it and it's okay to just take it because that's what it looks like. No. Grow the fuck up. Have some self-fucking control. There's nothing wrong with looking. There's nothing wrong with saying, "Damn, baby." There's nothing wrong with that. Because, any woman who's really out there dressed provocatively, she wants people to look. She wants that attention. And you can't, and any woman that dresses a certain way and then gets offended about it, just stupid crazy. No, if you don't want people to look at you, you'll go outside like I do. No maintenance. You get your sweatpants on, a regular t-shirt. You got your hair up in a bun or braid or whatever. No makeup. Probably got a couple of chocolate smudges on your shirt. That's when you don't want somebody to look. When you're walking around with a teeny tiny tube top on and half your ass hanging out of the bottom of your Daisy Dukes, you want people to look. Come on. But that's it. Just look. You don't have to touch. You don't have to fuck. Just look. That's all you've got the right to do, because nobody can tell you what you can and can't look at in public. So, and it's funny when you turn stuff around, where it's, you say to a guy, "Okay, this girl's asking for it because she's wearing tailored clothes, or even clothes that are too tight." And it's like, "Okay, Scotty, you're heading out to the Electric Cowboy, right?" "Yeah, I'm headed out to the Electric Cowboy. I see you got your tight-fitting Wranglers on, and you got yourself a nice new cowboy shirt, I see. New little Stetson hat. You look like you're out on the prowl." "Yeah, I just might find me a woman." And I'm like, "Okay, well, you're advertising the goods pretty good. I'm not going to feel bad for you if some 6'3", 350-pound man decides he wants to make you squeal like a pig, because right now you're asking for it wearing those tight-fitting Wranglers, dude." They don't look at it like that. And when you say something like that to the men that would say that about women, it's like, no, that's not right. That would never happen, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, maybe it wouldn't happen. But to say that you're asking for something that you're not asking for just simply because you are dressed to impress, you are dressed to attract, is the same thing. It is the exact same thing. If you're out looking for a 350-pound man, to make you squeal like a pig, fine. Go out and find that man. But if that's not what you're looking for, you can't blame the clothing on it. You can't blame that. I mean, there's nuns that get raped. There's all kinds of people who, it doesn't matter what you wear. A rapist is somebody who gets off on specific things. It's 90% of the time, it is not about sex. It is about the control, the power. And I'm thinking, if I was a rapist going after a dude, the power kick on that, because you don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, of course you're a big 6'3", 350-pound burly dude. Of course you can have control over a 110-pound girl. And put that up against a 6-foot tall, 200-pound American boy. But they don't look at it like that, that what they wear, if they were to get raped, it would be anything other than a travesty. And I haven't done the research on this, but I can almost bet that in rape cases where it is a straight man who is raped by another man, I shouldn't laugh about that, but I just felt I needed to say by another man. I would almost bet that the perpetrator gets more time for raping a man than for raping a woman. I'm going to have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure that it's true. Because the judge, being that the judge would probably be a man, and the lawmakers are probably men, they would look at, oh, if you rape a man, you violated his sense of identity. He's going to feel like half of a man. You've just crippled him. Like women don't go through the same thing. Like women don't feel the same thing. Because I'll tell you what it is. I've never had it happen to me, but I can tell you what it is. It's called feeling powerless. And it sucks just the same for women as it does for men. Women are just more used to it. We're used to the fact that physically we cannot overpower a man. Basic female can't overpower a basic male. So if they get our hands over our head, arms up, we're fucked, pretty much, unless we've had special training. But most women have got that. We understand that powerlessness. We always feel that way, when it comes to dealing with men, that, if this dude wanted to hurt me, he could. Whereas men are not used to that feeling. And I think that when somebody takes that from them, the law probably looks harsher on it, because it's like, oh, well, he's a guy. He's a guy. Nothing was meant to happen. No, it's the same violation. It is the same violation. It is just on a different person. And that's the really sad thing, is that a lot of people want to blame the victim. Not that they let the perpetrator get away with it, but they end up saying, well, she needs to take responsibility for her accountability. Yeah, no. You should be able to run buck naked through the streets without anybody touching you, because we are better than filthy animals. A dog has no choice. When he smells when a bitch runs by in heat, a dog cannot help himself. A cat cannot help himself. All these are animals. We are human beings. We should be able to control ourselves. And if we can't, then we need to be reprogrammed. We need to be taken care of in the sense of, hey, you don't have the right to do certain things to certain people. You just don't have that right. Not because they're weaker than you, that doesn't give you the right because they've done something to make you think that they might do what you want them to. That doesn't give you that right. When you ask the question, which you need to ask the question, you need to respect the yes or the no. And if it's a no and you've got yourself all worked up in your head about it, rein it back in. You have to. You know, don't be surprised by consequences. If you don't rein it back in, don't look at it as their fault. You know, because it's not. You're supposed to have control over yourself. You're supposed to be better than an animal. But our society doesn't expect people to be better than animals. They don't. The human body, it's not a work. It's not art in America. It's pornography. Especially in the South. It is pornography. It's, oh my God, it's a penis. Yeah, it's a penis. Every guy has one, and a couple of people who were born females have them too. It's a penis. Control yourself. It was created by God. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's not something that, you know, I mean, we have control. And we have to use that control to make better decisions. And we can't keep blaming victims. No, you have to take responsibility for the shit that you do. Regardless of, well, I was drunk, or I was fucked up on this drug or that drug. No, take responsibility for your actions. Just take responsibility. It is not their fault. You're the one who did what you did. And if you did it while inebriated or intoxicated, you're the one who chose to get inebriated or intoxicated knowing that your decisions would not be from a sober mind, a straight mind. You know, you cannot blame it on all that other stuff when you make a conscious choice to do that stuff that's going to impair your thought processes. So that's how I feel about that women are never responsible for getting raped. And in American culture, there's quite a lot of it. I mean, even when a chick says she was raped by somebody at a party, they automatically go to, well, are we sure it wasn't a pump and dump? You know? And she's just mad and she's wanting to get her revenge. I mean, we're in the news and the lawyers and all of that, when something happens, they always try to turn it around where, well, are we sure that the victim isn't just mad at the person? When it's a stranger that comes into a woman's house, the stranger tends to get more time for breaking and entering of her home than for actually raping her. And that's bullshit. I can recover from somebody breaking into my house. I can recover quite easily from that. You buy an alarm system and call it good. I'm going to have a lot of trouble if somebody violates me, because that affects getting in my car, going places, seeing people that have the same build, the same sex, the same demeanor, the same type of voice, you know, whatever. There's going to be triggers because you get PTSD from that. You get PTSD from burglaries too, but it's a whole different kind of trigger. Anyway, we've got to stop minimalizing it, or looking at the female as, oh, she must have an axe to grind with this guy, you know, because there's no way she's not partially to blame. No, we got to stop doing that. It's bullshit. Just make people accountable for it. And that's how I see that.